Okay, so today we're going to be solving an algebraic equation. This is 3 brackets 5x minus 2 equals to 11x. So let us break this down. So first of all, when you see a number or a variable, that is a letter of the alphabet, in front of um, a bracket without any sign in front of it, this means that it is a multiplication sign. So that's just one thing to bear in mind, that even though it's not explicitly written here, there's kind of a multiplication sign in there, and that multiplication sign means that this 3 is going to be multiplied by everything inside the bracket. So first of all, we need to expand this. So we need to take the 3 and multiply it with everything inside. So 3 times 5x will give us 15x. And then we're going to say 3 times minus 2 is going to be minus 6. And that is equal to 11x. So now the next thing we're going to do when we have something like this is, right, let's put all the things with x's on one side of the equal sign, and let's put all the things without the x's on the other side of the equal sign. So basically what we're going to do now is think about that we would like this minus 6 to go to this side, and we'd like this 11x to come to this side. So now one way to think about these things is that whenever things cross the equal sign, they change sign to the opposite of what they were. So for example, when we what we're going to do is take these one at a time, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to leave the 15x here. And now I want to bring this 11x to the other side of the equal sign. Now, because there isn't anything here, this is essentially a plus sign. So when we bring this 11x over to this side, it's going to become a minus 11x. So we're going to have 15x minus 11x. And we're going to have it equal to, we're going to put the equal sign. And now we're going to take the minus 6 from this side way over to the other side. So because it was a minus 6 here, when it comes over, it's going to become a plus 6. So the next thing we're going to do is say 15x minus 11x. So think of x like oranges. If you have 15 oranges and you take 11 oranges away, how many oranges are you left with? You're left with 4 oranges. So that is, you're left with 4 x's equal to plus 6. Now we want to free this x. So the way to think about this is, remember I said when there isn't anything in between the two things, it is essentially a so basically think of it like we're trying to free the x, and because it's a hidden multiplication sign in here, because this is 4 x's, 4 times x, the way to free that x is to divide both sides of the equation by 4. So because essentially what we do to one side we have to do to the other side, so we're going to say 4x divided by 4 is equal to 6 divided by 4, and then we can divide 4 by 4 is x equals to 6 over 4. And we can simplify this further because we know that 2 is a common factor in 6 and 4. So we can divide 6 by 2 and we get 3. We can divide 4 by 2 and we get 2. So 6 over 4 is the same thing as 3 over 2. And 3 over 2 is 1.5 or 1.5. So each of these are valid. Now, we should always check it back. So if you're in an exam and you've got time and you just want to check that your answer is correct, what we can do is put these numbers back into the original equation and see if it works. So we can have 3 into 5x, x is 1.5, which is 3 over 2. So times 3 over 2 minus 2 equals to 11 times 3 over 2. This is a times here. Let's make that clear. So 3 times 5 times 3 is 15 over 2 minus 2 equals 33 over 2. So what we can do here is say 15 over 2. Well, I know it's 7.5. So I should write that because a bit more explicitly. So if you know that 15 over 2 is 7.5 minus 2, and all this is multiplied by 3, is equal to 33 over 2, which is 16.5. Alright, and then 7.5 minus 2 is 5.5. And if we multiply that by 3, do we get 16.5? So think about it. 5.5 times 3 is 5.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.5. And is that the same thing as 16.5? So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Half plus half is 1. 1 plus half is 1.5. So 15 plus 1.5 is equal to 16.5. So this is 16.5. I'll just move it over to here so we can have some more room. So 16.5 is equal to 16.5. So that is correct. So if you have time, if you're in an exam and you have some time, when you solve for x, plug your answer back into your original equation if you have the time, and that will give you the confidence in what you've just done. If you've enjoyed that or you've enjoyed any of my other videos, please like and share, and most importantly, click the subscribe button. Let me know if you'd like me to solve something else.